Eric, lovely to meet you and great to talk to you about Special Correspondents, because I don't think a lot of people would expect you to see you in a film like this. But you started in comedy, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that was my background. That was my sort of way into the industry at home, was through stand-up and sketch comedy for a long time before I started doing drama. Yeah. So it's fun to go and do something that was actually fun to make.
Yeah.
I mean, the process wasn't hugely different to any other film for me personally, but it was just a lot more fun, on a day-to-day basis.
When Ricky came to you with the role, did he say, you get to be the cool, good-looking guy as long as I get to be the action man in the second half of the film?
Almost. I read it and I realised my guy was a bit of a so it was, it was pretty obvious what Frank's character was like. But I think there's something funny in that. There's something funny in, someone having that kind of huge ego and thinking they're so much better than everyone else, and there's big fish in a small pond. And, I always like seeing those kind of personalities. Radio's very big in Australia. I grew up with a lot of AM, FM radio, and, quite familiar with that kind of personality.
It looked like it must have been so much fun to shoot, generally. I mean, Ricky is a naturally funny guy anyway.
Yeah.
You obviously, starting out in comedy, which we don't necessarily see from you normally. So I guess it must have just been the most fun to shoot.
It was shocking actually, because a lot of films you work on, it's the set's very serious, and so it was kind of bizarre to go to work and laugh all day, not get into trouble for it. It's encouraged, and the only person that can tell you off is the person who's laughing more than you. So it was like kind of genius, really. Yeah, that was great fun.
Yeah, pretty awesome to be working on. In this, the guys, they're rule breakers, I guess you would call them. In life, do you think you're generally a rule breaker or a team player?
Well, I've never really sort of thought too much about rules along the way. I mean, especially when it comes to work and stuff. But no, definitely a team player. I'd like to think so. But, this job's kind of the opposite. It's kind of very much a solo sport,
Yeah.
It's the life of a tennis player, basically. But then you got to be a team player,
Yeah. I found it hilarious how they had to go about trying to make themselves seem like they were in a certain situation, which they really weren't. I thought it was genius.
It's kind of a lie that gets bigger and bigger. And initially when they do that first cross, they don't realise that the border's closed, and they're not only are they incorrectly reporting, from a war zone, but they're actually the only journalists in the world who supposedly got through. So this lie immediately becomes huge without them even intending it to be in the first place.
They both, I think that they are destined for something bigger, something more extraordinary.
Ricky's character is actually quite happy being this.
Do you think?
Yeah, he's quite satisfied, but it's his wife that reminds him that he's hopeless and that he should be aspiring to more. Never really occurs to him. I love that about his character. Because it's kind of like the opposite of what we get fed in society, that, you're meant to keep striving for this and never be happy with what you got and keep shooting and keep shooting. Whereas he's this technician who's just actually really likes his job and is quite satisfied being a bit of a putz.
But I guess in life we do kind of do that, don't we? We are like, I don't know whether you do it, but you're always kind of looking like, oh, what do I do next?
I think it's a bit of a magic, it's a bit of a trick. It's a bit of black magic that the world plays on you, I think,
Ricky's wife in the film is the horrible side of fame, though, isn't she? Vera's
so good. I mean, when you read that character on the page, you think whoever plays this role has to really kind of go for it, embrace it, and she really does. And she's the worst person on earth, and you're still laughing along the way. I mean, she's a real fame, and she sees her husband being abducted as her opportunity to promote an album. Suddenly she's a musician.
But the song is actually good.
Well, Ricky wrote the song.
It's really good.
Ricky wrote the song. And when we were doing a read through and she sung it for the first time, like A, she's got a beautiful voice, and B, it's actually a really catchy tune.
It was. I found myself singing it, kind of like humming it afterwards.
It had a bit of Live Aid kind of feel to it.
It was a good film. Are we going to see you now, do you think?
Playing guitar?
Well, yes, that would be great.
The album's out soon. November, I think.
Can't wait.
It drops in November, my album.
You know all the lingo and everything. Are we going to see more comedy from you, though? Do you think going forward? We've seen you as the action man a lot. Now we're seeing you doing a bit of, comedy.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have any rules. I read everything and I just respond to the one that, you know, tickles me the most, and
Yeah.
gets me interested. So I never know what's next until I read that thing that sort of grabs me. But yeah, there's no hard and fast rule. If I found another comedy, I would. If I wanted to do it, I'd do it.
Well, you and Ricky make a good team.
It was good fun.
I hope everyone else enjoys it. Thank you so much,
Cheers.
Eric.
Thanks very much.